Hey, this is Peter Wade, and I'm in my studio in Manhattan, and mixing a record for an artist named Stamarama. I want to show you guys a cool dub effect that I'm going to use to create kind of like a spaced out effect on his voice when the song drops down, to give it some like motion and stuff. So check it out. Okay, so here's the song. Basically there's a breakdown here where all the drums drop out. You can see there's no drums here. I'm going to play you the section.
They say you broke, but he's sitting on heavy cake. Get off the sofa and leave your place, cause you're living in time and space. Things that you lost, you can't replace it. There's a future coming, you gotta face it. Your kids you go to school in a spaceship, and you're working about...
Alright, so the drums drop out, and he's talking about time and space. And at the end he said, your kids are gonna go to school in a spaceship. So I kind of feel like this is a great opportunity to add some effects that might be spacey. So I want to make it pretty dramatic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this section of the vocal and copy it down to another track, and I'm going to instantiate a plugin. I'm going to use the Soundtoys Echoboy. Right off the bat, let's lock it to MIDI. I want to use a dual echo, and since we're putting it on the actual track of the send, I want to make only the wet signal, so we're only hearing the delay. We're going to jack the feedback up because I know I'm going to want a lot. Prime numbers. When you have a long feedback loop like this, the prime number button offsets the delays so that they don't build up in a weird way and give you strange resonances and stuff. I want to speed it up a little bit, and then maybe we'll make this a dot so that it's offset a little bit. And then over here in the style section, there's a huge list of awesome sort of models that you can use. I really like the, where is it, Space Echo, oh here we go, Space Echo, boom. And then you can actually edit the Space Echo patch, and I want to make it so that it sounds a little bit more like a reverb and a little less like a delay. So I'm going to turn up the diffusion, which diffuses the echoes into more vague copies of what they are. And then if we jack the size button all the way up, then it's almost like the size on a reverb, like it makes it sound like a larger room, more reflections and stuff. Click this loop button, which puts the diffuser in an earlier space in the chain, so everything's diffusing from the onset. Then I want to adjust the EQ. You can mess with various frequencies on the decay as it decays and on the echo itself. So first let's jack the resonance a little bit up here, and then let's basically on the decay, if I boost this, as it decays it's going to add more and more of this frequency to each echo, and whereas here it's going to be taking out the lows every echo. So as the echo continues to echo and feeds back, it's going to be changing. The low frequencies here are going to be rolling out, the mids are going to be staying about the same, and the highs are going to be building and getting more sizzly. Let's check this tweak button. Turn our left-right offset to 0. I'm going to narrow the width of the delays down so that it sounds more centered, a little more mono, like it's coming from his voice, not around him, so to speak. That's just how I feel like it's going to sound better. So we kind of got our effect going here now. It's a little bright. We can take a little, roll a little high off it. So let's, I'm going to edit the sends now, how I want it. And we're going to listen to the effects.
Cause you're living in time and space. Things that you lost, you can't replace it. There's a future coming, you gotta face it. Your kids you go to school in a spaceship. Cause
what I'll do is I'll just solo the lead and the echo so you can understand exactly what it sounds like.
Cause you're living in time and space. Things that you lost, you can't replace it. There's a future coming, you gotta face it. Your kids who go to school in a spaceship, and you're bragging about your car, that's basic. What if we all go back?
So then once again in the track,
they say you broke, but he's sitting on heavy cake. Get off the sofa and leave your place. Cause you're living in time and space. Things that you lost, you can't replace it. There's a future coming, you gotta face it. Your kids who go to school in a spaceship, and you're bragging about your car, that's basic. What if we all go back to the basics?
I like how it really sounds like the spaceship is taking off when he says spaceship. And it's also a nice swishy transition back into the rest of the song when the drums come back in. I always like to try to come up with something really sort of special for every song. This was the perfect opportunity. He's talking about space, so figured I'd use Echoboy to make something real spacey. If you don't know where to start, you can always go to the enormous list of presets that are available and just start digging around. Once again, I'm Peter Wade, and I'm mixing a record for Stamarama. And you've just seen me use a really awesome, fun plugin, Echoboy, to create a dubbed out space effect to elaborate on the lead vocal of the record that I'm working on and help take it to the next level. And look for more tips. Take it easy. Thanks for watching.